lot of the assessment is still very traditional. Still very traditional. Do the material, okay, now let's see how much you know. Here's some questions, write the answers. And you know, that's okay for some people, but you got to question whether it's actually suitable for everybody or whether it's needed for everybody as well. I'm trying to see whether people are not competent in what they can do. It doesn't mean they actually necessarily have to be able to write perfect prose to answer a question. Yeah, so let's try and explore different ways that allows people to show what they can and can't do.
In terms of the assessment, I think layout's really important. The way the questions are, so sometimes we'd have to break down questions, into 2 questions. So it's a little bit more straightforward. Simple sentence structure again. We can also add in visuals. So we might break down the writing task instead of saying, write 200 words, we might get them to write, say, 50 words about a particular part of the passage and then another 50 words on something else. So you're sort of guiding them. It's a bit more scaffolded, the assessment, so it's not sort of giving them complete onus on just writing about whatever. You're sort of guiding them through it in a way. It's still an assessment. If you have a reading passage, you would use multiple choice questions a lot. I guess with the lower level proficiency, we use more objective questions than subjective. So that's, again, one of our techniques that we use. I think another important part is just that level of support. Even though it's an assessment, the whole idea is not to trick the students and not to make it hard for them. It has to be reflective of their level. And that's where we come in. We sort of have to look at the materials and say, right, that might be too difficult for the students, even though it's an assessment. The idea is for them to be able to apply what they've learned and to be able to use materials that they're familiar with. You can't just smack bang put something else in there which they've never seen before. So if it means having to change the content so it suits what they've learned during, say, the 10 weeks, then we'll do that.